Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kisha. For those of you who are new here, I blog every day at kjaggers.com. That link is below. So I'm going to be showing you tonight how to make this delicious cranberry orange cheesecake. Now I'm making this for Thanksgiving dinner, so I'm going to try to post this the day before or hopefully the night before I'm making it. And you can make this on Thanksgiving if you want. Just make it in the morning. It will be ready for your dinner, or you can make it anytime you want, even Christmas. And I'm going to show you how to make this delicious cheesecake. It's not hard at all. If you want to see how to make it, just keep watching and I'll show you. Okay, we're going to start with the crust. Now I'm using my tart pan because I don't like huge pieces of cheesecake. I just don't like really thick cheesecake. So I'm using my tart pan. You can use whatever pan you want. For the tart pan though, I'm using 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs. You can find these at your grocery store. You could certainly switch it up with wafer cookies, chocolate graham crackers. You could do however you wanted. I have 1 stick of butter melted. I also have a piece of, well, it's one of those little plastic covers from the Dollar Tree because it makes it so easy to press that crust into the tart pan and it doesn't get under my nails and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to add the butter right to my graham crackers. You're just going to mix it up really well and get all those graham crackers nice and moist. And I'll put the recipe on my blog for the full size in case you want the full size. I'll do both for you. I can put the recipe up because some people like really big pieces of cheesecake. I'm not one of them. Now you could certainly jazz this up. Like I said, you could put some cinnamon. I'm not doing that. I like just a regular graham cracker crust on my cheesecake most of the time. Chocolate is okay too, but I just like normal graham crackers usually. So there we go. It's completely mixed up. So I have the graham cracker crumbs pressed into the tart pan. Now, regardless if you're using a tart pan, if you're using a cheesecake spring form pan, you do need one with a bottom that will lift up. So keep that in mind. This is going into my 325 degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until it's set. And then we're going to let it cool completely. And in the meantime, we'll get going with the cheesecake. So now on to the filling. In this mixing bowl, I have 2 packages of the 8-ounce Philadelphia cream cheese with 1 cup sugar. Over here, I have 4 egg yolks ready to go. I have some orange zest, really the zest of 1 orange. I have 2 tablespoons of flour and some vanilla. So all you're going to do is mix up your cream cheese and your sugar. I'm just using my hand blender because I really don't want to break out the KitchenAid yet. So I'm just going to mix it all up. So now I'm going to add the flour. We're going to mix that right in. Once the flour is mixed up, we're going to add 1 egg at a time and mix. And the 4th egg. So add your zest of 1 orange and about a teaspoon of vanilla. Mix it one final time. Make sure you get all of the orange zest and vanilla and eggs incorporated really well. Okay, so once the eggs are mixed in, you're going to add your 1 cup of milk. Sorry if I forgot to mention that. Mix it up really well. So the crust is done and I'm just letting it cool completely before I put in the cheesecake. Okay, so we're going to pour the delicious cream cheese batter right into our tart pan or whatever pan you're using. I will spread it out and make it a little more even. So all the cheesecake mixture is on top of the crust. It filled up beautifully. Now it's going in a 350 degree oven for about an hour. We want it where it just kind of moves a little bit, just a little bit. Like when you move the pan, you'll see it move just a little bit. So we're going to bake it for 1 hour at 350 degrees. So in this pot for the topping, I have 1 cup of sugar and 4 tablespoons of water with some orange zest. I have in this little bowl 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of water. I'm going to mix that up. And now we're going to add our cranberries. So I added my cranberries. When I got them out of the refrigerator just a little bit ago, I washed them off, picked out any like stems, and I'm going to mix them up with that sugar, and you're going to cook them for about 3 minutes. And during that 3 minutes, you will start to hear them pop. And then to finish it off, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of the fresh orange juice from the orange grate, or the orange peel we put in. I'm going to just add just about 2 tablespoons of orange juice. You could add some orange liqueur if that's what you have in the house. I don't have any, so I'm using just plain orange juice, and it will really make the cranberries stand out. It's a great combination. Hear them pop? Okay, so these are ready for the orange juice. I'm just going to add it right in. I'm just going to squeeze it. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. So I removed the cranberry topping to a bowl. Now, I'm going to let this cool. I'm going to leave it out on the counter for a little while, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. So the good thing about this recipe is this topping and the cheesecake can be made separately a day or 2 ahead, and you can assemble it all later. So the cheesecake is still baking, but the topping is done. The flavors are going to marry together, and it needs to cool. So I'm just going to let it be until we're ready, and we're just going to let it get cold. So the cheesecake is done baking. Now I'm just going to turn the oven off, leave the door cracked, and let it cool right inside of the oven for a while. And then I will take it out. You can see it's turned color a little bit. It is perfect. So now the cheesecake is deflated, and I have it in my refrigerator just setting up and getting really cold. Now you want to do this as quick as possible because you want the cheesecake cold, and the best way to do that is to pop it in the freezer, pop it in the fridge for just a little bit and allow it to get cold. And I also have my cranberries getting cold. So both items are getting cold. And again, this could be made a couple days ahead. Just keep them separate until you're ready to serve it. Okay, so we are still on the same day. This has cooled completely in my refrigerator, and I've taken it out of the pan. I just lift it up with my hands from bottom. You can see the orange zest kind of running through it. And all I'm going to do is spoon this amazing cranberry sauce right over the top. It's got the cranberries, it's got the orange zest, it's got the sugar. It's also got some orange juice. Again, you could use orange liqueur. This has been chilling longer than the cheesecake. So I'm going to spoon it right on right now. So here is my beautiful cheesecake with the cranberry and orange topping. It turned out gorgeous. So I'm not going to be cutting into it because I want it to look beautiful for Thanksgiving, but it's very easy to make, you guys, for a cheesecake, and you can make it tonight. I know this video might be going live a little bit late, but you can certainly make it ahead of time tonight if you watch this. Walmart's open all night if you need the ingredients. But you could also make it on Thanksgiving, the day after this video goes live. And if you want to make it on Thanksgiving, just make it in the morning. Make it one of the first things you do, and get your cheesecake in the oven. Work on your topping, put it in the refrigerator as soon as your cheesecake comes out, get it cooling somewhere away from your oven. And then once it's cooled down enough where you can handle it, put it in the refrigerator. It took about 2 hours for it to set up. So it could perfectly set up while you're making the rest of Thanksgiving dinner. So it's not too late to make it. And this is such a beautiful, delicious dessert that you can make for Thanksgiving. You can make it for Christmas. You can make it any time of the year. And the cranberries give it just enough bite, and the sugar levels that out. It's just phenomenal. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave those below. And I hope you have a beautiful Thanksgiving and a beautiful Christmas. And all I'm going to do to get this dessert ready is just pop this lid right on it carefully. And I'm popping it into my refrigerator, and it will be ready for Thanksgiving dinner, which is tomorrow. The recipe is in full on my blog, so be sure to click below and get the recipe for this beautiful dessert.